A number of persons might not find it important, but I find it really important for teachers to let children know how much we learn from them. When we step into the classroom space, the teacher ought to be the most learned person in the room. Ought to be. Or else there's going to be a fundamental problem. The teacher has to be the most learned person. And or else why would you be there? Unless you're a babysitter or something. And even if you're a babysitter, you still need to know certain things about a child, more than the child know about his or herself, so that you can take care of them. So the classroom is a space where the teacher ought to be the most learned person in the room. But the teacher is not the only person in this room with a certain level of knowledge, because a number of our students who are coming into the classroom are not coming as empty vessels. Some of them are coming from background where what you are researching is what they're living. A number of these children are coming from backgrounds where their parents are very educated. Some of them are coming from homes where their parents are also teachers and they would have been exposed to certain things. So we do not want to approach the classroom as if all these children who come before us to learn do not have a certain level of knowledge, and so we are depositing in them and they're not depositing in us. No, that is not true. Both teacher and children and students learn together. It is an exchange. Yes, you are the most learned person as the teacher. You ought to be the researcher. You are to be the most learned person. But these children are also coming with ideas which you can use to make your teaching a little bit more better. Use them up in the classroom. Use them to help with certain strategies. Use them to help you to teach certain concepts. There are some concepts which children grasp better when they hear it from another child as opposed to hearing it from you. I truly believe that children also learn good from each other. And that's the reason why we do this group work. We put them to work in groups because we believe that one who is more learned can help the other one. But not only do we put them in group because it is a strategy, we put them in group because we know that there are some children who are smart enough, who are intelligent enough to bring the other one who is not that knowledgeable up to a higher level. And also, not only will they bring their pair up to a higher level, but they also help you to bring across certain content because they're there reinforcing what they have learned and also building what they have learned from you as well. So when the child is teaching another child, the child is learning by not just helping, but also concretizing and getting better at what you have taught. And it's the same way we find it as teachers, where when we are teaching, we are getting better at the content. And so when you teach a particular topic this week, if you are to teach it next week, because you taught it last week, when you're teaching it this week, it's like more ideas are coming into your head. You are executing at a different level as opposed to how you perform when you were doing it the first time. So it is the same thing with the child. When the child learned from you, apply the knowledge, you mark the child paper, the child got the work correct, you say, okay, go work with Peter or Mary and help them. When the child go to Peter or Mary and trying to help them to understand, the child is also developing on their own understanding. Now, the child developing on his or her understanding because the child is intelligent and the child have a level of the capacity to hold and pass on certain level of information. No, you have those children in your classroom and you are learning from them because they will come out with some ideas. Oh, you never see it from that perspective before. It is just like when a pastor is in the church teaching Bible studies. A pastor who is teaching Bible studies and listening from the congregation will hear some perspective that, oh, I never see it that way before. Okay. And if that pastor is not arrogant, that pastor will look into what the members are saying and say, oh, that could be another perspective as well. So your idea is not the only idea. So it's the same approach when you are teaching. You are not the only person who has a certain depth of knowledge. These children are coming with a certain level of knowledge also based on their background. And so when we get into the classroom, we're learning from them. And it's okay to let them know, oh, I've never heard that before. Thank you for telling me that. Oh, I did not see it that way. I like your perspective. Let's do it that way. Don't push them down because you feel as if they're too small to have certain ideas, or they're too small for you to use their idea. Because they're there with certain knowledge and exposure. What you are researching, as I said before, what you are doing a research on a number of times is what they are living. And so if you can use them to push your lesson, you will be surprised to see how easy it is for you to teach certain strategies. So don't be afraid to let them know that you're also learning from them. Don't believe that it will make you feel less of a person if you take what their perspective and apply it into the classroom. In fact, if you do that, it sometimes strengthens your relationship with you and your student, as opposed to acting as if you're the only person who knows certain things.